Hello, welcome back to Firesons Gaming. My name is Ben. It's here we can see off Ever17. So last time out, we got a video call from Yu's mom and some other dude trying to tell us how to escape. And things were looking good until they weren't. So Takashi, Sarah, and Sugumi all got out, but Yu and the kid got left behind. And I'm guessing we're getting pretty close to the end here because Sunday the 7th is the day that Lemieux is supposed to collapse. So let's see what happens here. Daybreak. The day had changed to Sunday, May 7th. Since the time, we hadn't slept at all. I was starting to feel badly again. A headache, dizziness, nausea, and coldness felt like they were seeping from deep in the core of my body. I felt a dull, severe fatigue sweep over me. I was only half conscious. Exhaustion. I had reached my limit. But I tried to keep my energy from being sapped away. Surrounded by darkness and endless fear, we had fought our way this far. And there was no sign that things were going to get better. Communication lines to the outside were still down, and we had yet to find a clue leading to possible escape. You remained distant and spacey. Our optimistic leader that helped us through the days of distress was nowhere to be seen. Someone had to save her, but who? Of course, it was up to me. At this point, I was the only person who could help her. Yet still. Promise? Yeah, I promise. The memory of that pledge remains stark in my mind. Sora? Yes, what can I do for you? I'm sorry to ask you, but could you leave me alone with you for a second? Yes, certainly. When we're done, I'll call you. Okay. I'm really sorry. Please, don't worry about it. Thanks. Sora vanished. All traces of her completely disappeared. Sora, who had no dimensional limits, had removed herself from her field of vision. Now then. Before continuing, I went to set the coffee machine to make fresh coffee. You're drinking coffee, right? Ignoring her lack of response, I said to prepare 2 cups. Then I sat down beside her. About your mother, I don't know what to say, but don't you think it's important to talk things over with her? There may have been some reason why she did what she did. Look, she did say she'd explain everything once you're back on the floating island. So... How dare you say that? Like you know how this feels. There's nothing left for me to say to her. Besides, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't care what happens. Look, we've still got to find a way to escape this place. Somehow. Yeah, why? Because I made you a promise. How are you going to keep it? Do you have some great plan to get us out of here? Well, that's what I want to figure out. Alright, apparently that sigh means, I bet. Look, we have to survive. Over these last 7 days, I've learned so much from you. In so many ways I can't even begin to count. But out of everything I've learned from you, the most important thing is how to live. You have to live life to the fullest. That's what you've taught me. So I want to put that lesson into practice. I want to live to the fullest, to the end. Here's a heartfelt plea. Listen, kid. Yeah? What does it mean to live anyway? Well, living means to learn and to know, I think. A child is born in innocence, gains knowledge through the years, only to forget it all when it's old and dies. Over the previous 7 days, my life had been filled with things I had learned. From amnesia and emptiness, my life began. But looking back over the last 7 days, there's one more thing. I also think that to live also means to lose something. They say nothing ventured, nothing gained, but to gain something, you must lose something. Like me losing the past by losing my memory. Even though I lost much, I also gained... To learn? To lose something?
傷ついていくってこと？
So you're saying that we live only to get hurt? Not quite sure that's what he meant by that, but, maybe. I don't know.
そう。
Well...
生きることが傷つくことだというのなら
Living needs to be hurt?
もう十分。
I've had enough.
もう十分すぎるほど傷ついたよ。
More than my share of hurt.
十分生きたんだよ。だから
Enough life, so... Hey, wait a second. What are you trying to say, you? You're not saying you want to die. You can't be serious. What the hell's that all about? I can't believe you're saying that. It's not like you at all. What happened to the you a little while ago? I was so ready to get out of here. What happened to that you? Come on, what gives? What came over you all of a sudden? Why do you think you're born
や
anyway?
めて。
Stop it.
くだらないお説教ならもうやめて。
Stop with the stupid two-bit sermon. No, it's you who's talking stupid. All this selfish crap as if your life belongs only to you.
そんなこと考えてない。
It's not what I was thinking.
考えてないけど。
I think that it's just...
でも私を産んでくれたお母さんはもういないんだよ。
All this time, the mother I thought brought me into this world, she's gone. But that other lady said she was your real mother.
そんなの嘘に決まってる。
She's obviously lying. How do you know?
それは
Because
今までもずっと騙されてきたから。
she's been lying to me from the start. Don't you think that's a little pointless right now? I mean, you do understand, don't you? That until you hear her side of the story, you can't go jump to conclusions. I think you should live the best life you can for all the people around you who care about you. For your mother, for Sarah and Takashi as well, and for me.
少年の種。
Oh, jeez. Whatever. I said it before, but there's so much I've learned from you. I'm so very grateful to you. Really. You're a friend, a guardian, a teacher, and... I walked back to the coffee machine and poured 2 cups of coffee. You said earlier you've already lived enough, right? But I don't think it's enough. Because I think there's still stuff you need to learn.
お母さんのこと。
You mean about my mother? That's one thing, yes. By the way, how much sugar do you take?
私は
Not listening, I had 2 spoonfuls. I was thinking, don't you think sugar and coffee reminds you of something? You know, something that life depends on? Uh-huh? Do you have any
わ
idea?
からないよ。
I guess not. See, that's 2 things. Things you don't know that you should learn. Makes you want to know, doesn't it?
少し悔しいかも。
Little, I guess. Well, if we get out of here alive, I'll tell you what it is. I added milk and sugar and carried the 2 cups over. There you go.
ありがとう。
Thank you. You took the cup took the cup and silently sipped from it. How's it taste? Are my feelings finally getting across to her?
とっても甘いね。
It's very sweet. She had a clear, gentle smile, like the sun shining just after rain. I called Sora back into the room. All survivors remaining inside the park were now present. The 3 of us began to discuss new strategies. The walls of the Mew would only hold 2 more hours at most. Our last possible escape route had been shut off, filling with floodwater just a few hours earlier. All hope of communicating with the outside was gone. The situation becomes so desperate that I could no longer expect you or Sora to find an escape route.
どうしたら
Isn't there anything we can do? Mia lifted the coffee cup to her lips as she spoke. Her cup now contained only black coffee. She had refilled it herself. Watching her drink, I went to take a sip from my own cup, but found it empty. To pour myself more, I walked back to the coffee machine. The machine was an interesting contraption with the lower chamber containing boiling water heated from an alcohol lamp. The steam from the boiling water was siphoned into the upper chamber through a central pipe. Siphon. Oh shit, I got it. Sora, could you show me that cross-sectional diagram again? Well, what's this perpendicular line coming straight down from the floating island? I assume he means this thing with the squiggly line?
非常階段です。
It's an emergency stairwell. This area wasn't dry earlier?
昨日排水を行ったので
No, but I was able to drain it yesterday, so...
浸水が始まった時、自動的に非常階段の水密費が閉鎖されました。
The flooding started, the watertight doors of the emergency stairwell automatically closed.
ですから排水が完了したこの非常階段には水が入り込まなかったのです。
Therefore, the emergency stairs did not allow water in after it finished draining.
倉成さん、松永さん、小町さんの3名が助かったのも水密費が自動閉鎖されたからでしょう。
It was thanks to safety doors closing automatically that Takushi-san and Tsukumi survived. How far is it from this room to the emergency stairwell?
約80メートルです。
Approximately 240 feet. Really, 240 feet. I just want to confirm this, but if you climb those emergency stairs, you can escape up to the floating island, right?
はい。
That is correct. And the safety doors to the emergency stairwell can be manually opened.
可能です。
It is possible.
ちょっと待ってよ。一体何考えてんの少年。
Slow down, kid. What are you seeing? What I'm saying is, to escape by going through the emergency stairwell,
ま
maybe...
たそうやって短絡的な発想をする。
There you go, you're coming up with another stupid idea.
ここんとこよく見なさいよ。
Look right here.
水色になってるでしょ。
Can't you see the blue color there?
非
So,
常階段につながった通路は水没してるってこと。
that means the corridor leading to the emergency stairs is totally underwater. Yeah, I know that.
あ、まさか。
Oh, come on, you can't be
ま
serious.
さかまさか泳いでいくなんて言い出さないよね。
There's no way you think about swimming there, are you? I think that's the first time I've ever heard you make a mistake. I wasn't gonna say that. There's no way I can swim 240 feet underwater.
じゃあどうやって非常階段までたどり着くつもりなの？
Well, how do you expect to reach emergency stairs then? Wow, there's a bunch of stuff here. Alright, first let's call the emergency stairwell that connects to the floating island staircase A. Then let's call the sector 4 emergency stairwell here staircase B. And the emergency corridor connecting to staircase A will be corridor C.
それで？
And the point is, we need to drain the water out of the corridor, right? Once that's done, we could just skip our way to staircase A.
簡単に言っちゃってくれるけどさ、無理だと思うよ。
You say it as if it's the easiest thing in the world, but there's no way we can do it if you ask me. No, we can
ど
do
うやって？
it. Yeah?
第一、C 通路に溜まった大量の水を排水する場所がないじゃない。
First of all, there's nowhere to drain the floodwater in corridor C. But there is a place. The dry area in sector 4.
君って本物のバカ？
Are you really that dumb?
水は高いところから低いところに向かって流れるの。
What? It goes from high to low level
こ
gravity.
れで3回目だからね、同じこと言うの。
It's the third time you made me say that. Yeah, I know, I
じ
know.
ゃあどうしてそんなバカなことを？
So why do you keep with this stupid
そ
friend?
れともバケツでも使って水をかき出すつもり？
What, you think about scooping all that water out with a bucket? I'm not scooping it out, just the opposite.
あ？
Huh? And we're gonna release the floodwater from sector 8.
一つ単純な質問してもいいですか？
Kid, can I ask you one simple little question? Sure.
そんなことしたらこの警備室の周囲は全て海水に飲み込まれることになっちゃうと思うんですけど。
Why did doing that put the security office and the entire surrounding area completely underwater? That's right.
はあ、ついにそんなところまで行っちゃったか。
You should notice the warning signs.
いいのよ。いいのよ少年。
It's okay. They're there, kid.
もう何もす
There's nothing to worry about
大
now.
丈夫だから
Everything's gonna be okay.
私が守ってあげるから
I'll take care.
よしよしいい子いい子
Now be a good little boy.
You start patting my head. I snap a finger. Alright, then I'll prove it to you. I dashed out and ran to the warehouse. I found a bucket and a clear plastic hose and drilled a hole in the bucket. Sticking the hose into the hole, I used duct tape to wrap and seal it. I then hunted up 2 more buckets. With goods in hand, I returned to the security office.
何これ
What's that? It's something I threw together to test my idea.
よくわかんないよこれとそれがどう関係してくるわけ
I don't get it. What is that thing after what we were talking about?
Listen. First, this bucket up here, the one with the hose stuck in it, represents Sector 8, where we are, okay? Next, the hose part that's filled with water represents Corridor C leading to Staircase A. Finally, the bucket set down low represents the 4th block on the 3rd floor, and this empty hose part hanging down into it is Staircase B. Just to let you know, the bent hose part represents the connecting corridor joining up Corridor C with Staircase B, okay?
うーん
Okay.
そこまでは分かったけどそれで
I got you so far, so then what?
Before I show you, I want to make sure of one thing. If we drain the water filling the hose here, then we can move safely to the emergency stairs, right?
まあね
Yeah, yes.
Alright, let the training begin.
うん
Remember what I said earlier?
確か私たちのいる第8区画の浸水エリアを開放すると
I think you said we're gonna release the floodwater from Sector 8, right?
So let's release it. Next, I began to pour water into the top bucket from the second bucket, which I had filled with water from the corridor. In no time at all, the top bucket was full. Next, the water from the top bucket flowed down the hose, pushing the air out of the hose and flowing into the lower bucket. Before long, all the water was drained. Except for a negligible amount left of the hose, all the water from the top bucket drained completely into the lower bucket. And that's how it works. This is how Siphon works. Okay, let's prove this one more time by looking at the map. The walls of Staircase A, Staircase B, Corridor C, and the area in Sector 4 are all intact without cracks or damage. So, we can assume that all these areas are protected from outside seawater. Is that right, Sora?
はい
Yes. What will happen if we simultaneously open all the watertight doors in this submerged area in Sector 8 of Stock, this room, without any cracks or damage?
大量の水が C 通路に流れ込む
So, an enormous amount of water is gonna flow into Corridor C?
And then, what next?
C 通路に溜まっていた水が第4区画のドライエリアに流れ込む
The water accumulated in Corridor C will drain into the dry area in Sector 4?
And then what will
今
happen?
の実験を見た感じだと
Well, probably something like your experiment just now.
C 通路に溜まってた水も第8区画に溢れ出した水も全部第4区画に移動するみたいなことになるのかな
All the water in Sector C as well as Sector 8 will flow to Sector 4, I guess.
Yep, that's the plan.
でもそんなにうまくいくと思う
But do you really think it'll work?
It's a hell of a lot better than nothing. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Looks like they're just going for it. Nice. Honestly, if it fails, well, they just killed themselves like 2 hours earlier. It's fine. And then... Are you ready to go?
Sure.
According to the color-coded map on the monitor, it's vital stock Sector 8, Quarter C, and changed to green. The color green meant it was a dry area, meaning the drainage should work perfectly.
圧壊推定時刻まであとわずかです急いでください
There is very little time left before the estimated closure time. You must hurry. Yeah, we know.
ではどうかご無事で
Well, be careful. Huh? What about you, Sora? You're not coming?
少年空はねレミューから離れることができないの
Yes, Sora, she can't leave the meal.
That should have been fairly obvious, considering she's just a weird, like, I don't know, retinal-based hologram. But,
お忘れになりましたか 私は RSD ホログラムなのですよ。
Have you forgotten? I am an honesty generated image. I'm just a computer program.
私は皆さんと一緒には行けません。
I am not able to join
で
you.
すから私はここでお見送りしようと思います。
So I wanted to say goodbye and wish you the best of luck. Sora.
出会いがあれば別れがあるものです。
Every encounter must have a
仮に私が浮島までついていったとしても、やっぱりそこで少年さんとはお別れしなければなりません。
And even if I accompanied you as far as the floating island, we would eventually have to say goodbye there.
私の場合他の皆さんとは違ってそのタイミングが少しだけ早く訪れただけなのです。
In my case, the party comes a little earlier than with everyone else.
少年さんが誰かお友達の家に遊びに行った場合を考えてみてください。
Hey, think about it like this. When you go to visit a friend's
帰る
house,
時になってそのお友達は見送りこそするでしょうが、一緒に少年さんの家までついてくるようなことはしませんよね。
when it's time to leave, the friend may see you to the door, but the friend can't accompany you home, right?
ここは
This
レ
place,
ミューは私の家なのです。
and Lemieux is my home. We'll meet again, won't
え
we?
え、
Yes.
私はここにいると同時にあそこにもいる。
I am here, and I'm also elsewhere at the
こ
same
こ
time.
にいる私が消えたとしても、あそこにいる私は存在し続けるのです。
Even if the me here disappears, the me there will still go on existing. Don't talk about disappearing.
これはただの例え話です。
This is merely an example, you see.
私は必ず少年さんや田中さんと再会することになるでしょう。
Don't worry, I'm sure that yourself, you and I will meet
そ
again.
れも近いうちに。
And it may be sooner than you think. Do you promise?
え
Yes. It's a promise
は
then?
い、約束です。
Yes, it's a promise. Looking over Sora's shoulder at the monitor, I could see the number of life readings displayed there. He's not questioning the fact that it's 3 when there's just the 2 of them. You and I opened the security room doors and exited into the corridor. Giving a wave to smiling Sora as she saw us off, we climbed the stairs to the emergency corridor. We then walked down corridor C, which is no longer flooded. Hey, I was just thinking, but
何のこと？
what about? Surely Sora isn't planning to take responsibility for the accident by dying here.
バカね。ソラは死んだりなんてしないの。
She's also not a living being, so how could she... I don't know, whatever.
Don't be stupid. Sora doesn't mean to sacrifice
ソラ
yourself.
は私たちとは違うんだよ。
Sora, you know, is different from us.
No way, Sora's not...
ああ、そうじゃなくって。
I don't mean it that way.
まあとにかく君が心配するようなことにはならないと思う。
Anyway, what you're worried about isn't gonna happen to her.
How can you be so sure? Maybe that's the way Live programmed her.
やれやれ。
Here we go again.
これはね、マヨから聞いたんだけど、
Listen, this is what I heard from Maya.
この
but
間のクラッキングの時、マヨはもう一箇所だけプログラムを書き換えたんだって。
I thought when she was hacking the source data, Maya said she wrote one line of
ソラが最も優先しなければならない項目としてマヨはあるものを書き加えたの。
Sora's programming. There's a priority list of preferential actions. Maya rewrote one of those.
What was that? It was to keep them safe. Do you not remember this?
他の何よりも自分自身を。
Oh, even different. Okay.
She must protect above all else herself.
ソラ自身を大切にすること。
She must value herself most.
Interesting. Okay. At last, we arrived at the door leading to the emergency
じゃあ
stairs.
開けるよ。
Alright, gonna open it.
Okay. You put a hand on the door
ほ
handle.
ら回すの手伝ってよ。
Come on, help me turn it.
Oh, right. Together, we gripped the handle. It was then that it happened. A sudden metallic sound resounded behind us. I had to turn around quickly. Ah. At the end of the corridor stood the girl. Our eyes met. And then a name flashed in my mind as clear as a bell. Coco.
Huh?
ココって誰なの？
Coco? Who's Coco?
Turning on her heels, Coco ran off in the other direction. I turned to chase after her. But you grabbed my arm, holding me back. Come on, let go. There's still someone here. We can't just leave her here.
You're just imagining things. Forget about it.
The walls began to creak and groan. Here and there, water began to leak in. Coco!
Not cute. Stop.
Tearing myself away from Yu's grasp, I ran after the girl. Yu came dashing after me. Through the voice alternator came Sora's warning voice. Pressure on the partitions has increased beyond the limit. You must return quickly. No way.
How much longer will they hold?
10分から15分
10 to 15
ですが
minutes.
今すぐに悪化してもおかしくない状況です
But there's no way to be sure. The wall could collapse at any moment. For one instant, I saw the back of the girl. She continued running down the corridor. All my strength, I burst after her. The main building lights flickered and went out, but were replaced by dim emergency lights. With the help of the pale lights, I kept up the chase. I bounded down the emergency staircase and burst out into a normal corridor. I ran and ran with all my power. I ran to the end of the narrow corridor in front of a small door. It was there that I caught up with her. She stood with her back to the door. I had caught her. Come on, we're going together. The girl shook her head. Inching forward, I pressed close to her. But to my surprise... Huh? After a moment, the girl, as if being absorbed into the door, disappeared. Out of breath, you closed in on me.
やっと追いついた
I finally caught up with you.
その少女とやるわ
And what about that girl or whatever?
I stood there as if in a trance. Coming back to myself, I tried to open the door to Himmel, but the door wouldn't budge. Sora, open this
無
door.
理ですその扉は私の管轄外なのです
That is impossible. The door is out of my jurisdiction. I pounded on the door. Coco. On the surface of the walls, water began
あ
to
と
gush
5
in.
分ですそれ以上はもう持ちません
Less than 5 minutes left. They won't hold much
緊急
longer.
警報が発令されました。ご来場のお客様および館内の職員は速やかに退去してください。
Emergency warning. All patrons in the park and all staff are advised to evacuate immediately.
悪解まであと5分です。
5 minutes until implosion. The announcement repeated itself in German, French, and Japanese. Damn it, open up! Open this door! I struck it with my fists. Open up!
ねえお願いだからしっかりしてよ
Listen, kid, you gotta snap out of
しっ
it.
かりして少年
Wake up!
Ah! I pounded fiercely against the door again with my clenched fists, but no matter how hard I tried, it was in vain. Is she just my imagination? If I keep this up, what's gonna happen to you? I thought that you'd die if I don't do something.
少年
Kid?
I'm so sorry, you. I strained to speak, squeezing out my words. Okay, let's go. I reached out my hand to you.
よかった
Ah, finally.
You gave my hand a squeeze back. One last time, I looked back at the door, and then turned and ran with all my might. We sprinted as hard as our legs would carry us. Splashing through the waters that gushed like a waterfall, I ran with everything I had, Yu's hand gripped tightly in
悪
mine.
解まであと3分です。
3 minutes until implosion. Bounding up the emergency stairs, we reached Svitostock. We ran hard down the emergency
悪
corridor.
解まであと2分です。
2 minutes until implosion. We applied our strength together and pushed up the emergency stairwell door. Closing the door tightly, we then headed up the long set
悪
of
解
stairs.
まであと1分です。
1 minute until implosion. In the distance, a sign read Erstebode, first floor. Just 50 more feet.
30秒
30 seconds.
20秒
20 seconds.
10 9 8 7
10, 9, 8, 7. We ran toward the final door. The door The door wouldn't open.
5、4、3、
6, 5, 4, 3,
2、1。
2, 1. Darkness is pierced by a ferocious sound, like the roar of a dragon. Or possibly the last agonizing cry before death. On the floating island. The morning sun stained the sky, land, and ocean. It's the first time we've laid eyes on the blue sky and bright sunlight in 7 days. In the distance, Sarah and Takshi play together, and it appears as if they're pretending to sword fight with a couple of sticks. Apparently, Takshi had been routed by Sarah's sword. I gazed dreamily at the two as they played. Tsugumi was nowhere to be seen. After the escape, she had disappeared. And as for you, she sat beside me, gazing at the morning sun, her eyes misted with tears. It was her first time to see the sun in 7 days. Long shadows from her figure and mine cast at length behind us. Yes, we had successfully escaped from that water and trench labyrinth. I kept my promise, don't you think? I turned and asked
一
you.
つ目はね
Well, the first one at least.
You kept her gaze on the rising sun as she answered. The first one, to protect her. And the second,
コーヒーに入れる砂糖に似てるもの
The thing that mine's about life, sugar, and coffee?
that.
生きるために必要なものに似てるって
The thing that life depends on, didn't you say?
Uh-huh.
約束通り教えてよ
You promised to tell me.
Okay, in that case, let me ask you. What are some things which life
水
depends?
空気食料家に往復にお金
Water, air, food, housing, clothing, money,
Okay, what
知
else?
識
knowledge, maybe?
I guess there's that too. Humans can't live forever in innocence, though. To live comfortably, humans also need certain impurities, things that are granted by knowledge. I guess you can compare those things to the milk you put in coffee. But there's one more thing. Like the sugar in coffee, we need one more
そ
thing.
れは何
What could it be?
How does sugar taste?
甘い
Sweet?
It's a wonderful taste, right? So humans can never live entirely
Mhm.
alone. You still don't get it? People can only know sweetness when they join together. Love. You then squeezed my right hand. I pulled her close to me. You buried her face in my chest. From her long hair, I could smell her fragrance. The fragrance of
とっ
sunlight.
ても甘いね
It is sweet, isn't it?
The sun, my sun, which was clear and fresh, flowed with brilliance. Tinged with sweetness, the smell of spring enveloped us completely. Alright. So we're not going to get to hear anything from Yu's mom in this playthrough? Interesting. Alright. Well, let's see what happens after this video. Two years later.
いいお天気
Well, Wow, this is great weather.
You and I are riding on a boat. The infinitely deep blue ocean spread as far as we could see. A clear blue sky unfolded above us. There's a pair of seagulls flying overhead. The sea breeze whipped at us a little strongly, and you used your hand to hold her hair in check. She had recently started to grow her hair out. Somehow it seemed that she might have been starting to look like her mom. That, and she seemed to become a bit more easygoing and ladylike.
ところで大学の方はどう？
So, how's college going?
It's alright, I guess. Yes, I had somehow gotten into college. It was in my first year. Of course, I was going to different school than you, so we never had a chance to be on
なんで
campus.
考古学なんか専攻しようと思ったの？
Why on earth did she decide to major in archaeology?
You really want to know?
知りたいから聞いたんですけど。
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
You know, it might be better if you didn't ask.
Huh?
Still sure you want to know?
うーん。
Well,
じゃあ聞かない。
then I won't ask.
Alright, I won't tell.
Huh?
なんでよ、言いなさいよ。
Yeah, why? Tell me.
But you just said you weren't going to ask. To be fair, she didn't ask again. She told you to tell her.
それは少年が聞かない方がいいって言ったから。
That's because you said I probably shouldn't.
This is too
や
confusing.
やこしくしたのはそっちでしょ。
You're the one that made the conversation
ま
confusing.
あいいや。とにかく聞いてあげよう。
Anyway, I guess I'll listen to your reasoning.
There, she went and changed her mind again. You can be really twisted
順
sometimes.
調って言ってよ。
Ah, come on, say it pure heart.
What are you talking about? If you were, then I'd be...
ん？僕なんか何なのかな？新生純情少年くん？
You be what? You be the pure-hearted kid?
Hey, stop it. Not like I used to be. But after that, I was reluctant to speak. I wondered if I really was different from the person I was at that time. Probably I was. Since then, no inexplicable, mysterious things happened to me. I couldn't predict things anymore. I had gotten my memory back. Or maybe I was the same. Maybe I was the same as ever. I knew that people learned, got hurt, lost things, and that they changed as they lived life. But my basic nature hadn't changed. Some things changed, some things never did. I was still me, but myself in the past was different. If I had to explain it, I might say that it was like me in another world. Maybe that
そう
was
だ
it.
ね。もうあの時の君じゃないかもね。
You're right, you're not like you used to be.
だってこんなに背も伸びたしね。
Well, for one thing, you got so tall.
She stood on her tiptoes, raised her hand over my head. I had grown a head taller over the 2
さて
years.
と、それじゃあ聞かせてもらいましょうか。
So, you gonna tell me or not?
What?
考古学を専攻した理由。
So you majored in archaeology.
Alright, it's because I wanted to know myself better.
自分を知る？
To know yourself?
Yes. To know more about myself at that time. At that time, I thought that it'd be best to major in archaeology, the same as you, to better understand the weird stuff that's happening
ま
to
さ
me.
か君
You're not
第
gonna
三視点を研究するつもり？
study the third eye.
I sure am. I told you. It was probably better that you didn't ask.
君って子は相変わらずというかなんというか、
You haven't changed a bit. I
や
mean,
っぱり何も変わってないよ。
no, you haven't changed at all.
You either. It reminds me, your clothes are
Huh?
the same ones you wore then,
うん
right?。
まあね。
Yeah, right.
There's a thin black stain on the hem of her jacket that had remained. And it was a memorable stain, or memory. I started to think as I gazed at the ocean. I thought about the time when I met you. About those unforgettable 7 days. But I should talk about the things that happened after that. After that... For some time, we just stood there enjoying the sunshine on the floating island. The sun looked extremely bright after a week without it. Its rays were warm. That moment, someone patted me on the shoulder. I turned back and there was...
おはようございます。
Good morning. Sora?
近いうちに必ず会えるって約束しましたよね。
I promised I'd see you again soon, didn't I? But why are you here?
ご迷惑でした？
Am I bothering you?
そんなことないよ。また会えて嬉しい。
No, not at all. I'm glad to see you again.
Hearing that, Sora smiled gently. I exchanged a handshake with Sora when I met her again. I looked up at the sky above. Clear blue sky seemed to spread on
田
forever.
中先生がお待ちになってます。
Dr. Tanaka's waiting for you.
どうぞこちらへ。
Please, come over here. Oh, you're... The person called Dr. Tanaka that appeared in front of us was the woman I'd seen on the monitor. It was the person who claimed to be Yu's mother.
お母さん、
Mother,
ゆう。よく無事で。
you, I'm so happy you're alive.
どうして？
Why are you...
約束したでしょ。浮島に上がってきたら、すべて教える。
I promised that I would tell you everything when we got off the floating, or when we got to the floating island, right?
久しぶりね。
It's been a long time. What? I wondered if she were talking to me. It seemed like it was the first time that I'd met her. Or had I met her in the past?
どうしたの？聞きたいことあるんじゃないの？
What's wrong? Is there something you'd like to ask? Yes, I have a ton of things I want to ask.
一つ残らず全部話すつもりですから。ご心配な
Oh,
く。
jeez. Fine, don't worry, I'll tell you everything. Alright, then, first I want to...
ちょっと待って。
Hold on.
ちょっと待ってよ。
Wait just a minute. You? It is her mom. You should probably let her talk first.
まず何よりも先に確かめたいことがあるの。
First, there's something I have to ask.
いいかしら。
Is that alright?
どうぞ。
Go ahead.
あなたは私の本当のお母さんじゃないと言った。
You said that you're not my real mother.
それでも私はあなたの子供なのだとも言った。
You also said that I was your child.
私の聞きたいのはただ一つ。
There's only one thing I want to ask.
あなたは私のお母さんなの？
Are you my real mother?
Dr. Tanaka looked down. She twisted her lips sadly.
どうなの？
Which is it?
I wonder why you would ask such a thing. She should have already known the answer.
I am you.
I am you.
え？
What?
今なら間違いなく言えるわ。
I can say this for certain now.
私はあなたの
I am your
母親よ。You.
mother, you. She stared you in the eye as she said
お
this.
母さん。
Mother.
After a while, we asked Dr. Tanaka question after question. How did we get trapped? Was it an accident or not? Why could I predict things? Why did I lose my memory? What had happened in my past? Did the girl I'd seen really exist? Who was she? What happened in Yu's past? Did Yu's father and mother really die? If so, then who is she, this Dr. Tanaka? What was the meaning of the haiku poem password? What was Blick Winkle? What was the connection between the TB virus and the accidents? And what was the third eye? It was a long, long story.
またあの時のこと考えてるんでしょう。
You're thinking about the things that happened then, aren't you?
Huh? Yeah. Hey, you? Did you know the proverb, water flows and people live? Water flows from high to lower places, but the flow, its path has infinite number of possibilities. People live means that, like the water, there are infinite ways for life to flow. That's what it
ふ
means.
ーん。
If life has infinite possibilities, there might be another me somewhere who has a different history from me in the present.
どこか
Somewhere? Yeah, say beyond this broad sky. Beyond this limitless universe. There should be another universe. Another me in another universe. I was thinking about that other me.
別の宇宙か。
Another universe, huh?
ねえ、もしもそんな別の宇宙があるとして、
Hey, if there is another universe like you
そ
say,
の世界に住んでる私たちもこうして今みたいに付き合ってるのかな。
is there another pair of us in another universe, or in that other world dating like us now?
Well, sure there
ど
is.
うしてわかる？
How can you tell?
I can tell because I
う
can.
ん？
Huh?
You see, if I do this, I drew you close and kissed her. We are surrounded by the spring sun, clouds floating in the sky, the rippling ocean, the song of seagulls. I felt everything about you through her skin. Her warmth, her scent, her touch, heartbeat, even the color of her heart. I could see through you completely then. It was exactly the third eye. Ultimate wisdom. Yes, if I could do this, then we could transcend time. This story is not an end yet, because only you are in the infinity loop. Awesome. Alright, well, that was pretty fun. I was certainly hoping to get a few more answers out of that little epilogue there instead of just we ask questions. But that's alright. I do know that you get a lot more answers when you get to the true ending, but that's going to take a little bit. Yeah, that was a much cooler ending than the one I got the first time I played this game years ago where everybody horribly died, so that was nice. Yeah, I'll be back soon with a new playthrough. I'll probably go with Sarah next just to keep sticking with the kid. And, yeah, until next time, thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you later.